Well, hello out there in YouTube land and Minecraft world. I need some help because I cannot for the life of me understand why my nuclear reactors keep blowing up. At least this time I was smart. Having done a bit of research on reinforcing the area, I was very smart to do that. So I started last night building this reactor facility, and I'll just take you down through it and we'll have a look at what's going on. So we'll just come down. Down here I've just got some temporary storage area for mining from quarries and that, which worked out pretty well, using tesseracts. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, we come down here towards the opening landing, and here I've got some tesseracts and some chests over here with tesseracts, and what I've got here is just basically the things that reactors use, so coolant, storage transfer, MOX fuel cells, and overclocked heat vents, and they should automatically have transferred to the reactor if it needed it. And here we've got the RF producer, energy bridge, and EU UV consumer, and they're actually running down through the glass fiber cable because it takes the most energy, and then it goes down from there up here to absorb the energy. I've got an energy unit, and that's linked to a tesseract, so that when this which is now dropping in energy because my reactor blew up, and I don't know why, but it was working quite well, producing the energy and then going to the tesseract, because I couldn't figure out why the tesseract wasn't sending energy, and this is just a temporary setup to figure out a few things, but didn't work. Anyway, we'll come down here to the control room. Now I've got a couple of things going on further down, but we'll come to the control room and we'll have a look. Now what I had over here were the controls. I had 4 reactors, but only 2 were actually hooked up to start up to supply energy so that I could get them in line. Some remote thermal units which hopefully were working but didn't go off. A howler alarm which I haven't been able to figure out yet how to make that link to the remote thermal monitor. I want to be able to link that so that when it hits that temperature the alarm will go off. I had my 2 information screens here to my reactor and an observation area from here which went down. Now as you can see, the reactor is gone, but thankfully I was very smart this time. I used reinforced glass and reinforced stone, and I made several levels of that. So we'll go down to the bottom. I was very worried in case it did blow up, if anything was going to happen. So we come down here. First of all, I had an upper observation area that I was constructing, and down the bottom I actually had an area where you could actually do maintenance. So this was still under construction, as you can see by the differences in the stone and that, as I was working away constructing everything, and when it all blew up and went sour. So as I say, I was fortunate enough that I used reinforced stone and reinforced glass, and it contained the blasts from the 2 reactors quite well, actually. I mean, yes, it made a bit of a hole. That down there was already there. Made a bit of a hole, but the majority of it is intact and quite rebuildable without having to worry about, rebuilding the whole bloody world. So that's good. So there's a little good tip for anyone building reactors: use reinforced stone and reinforced glass, and if it does happen to blow up, it will contain it. But I actually did 3 levels of reinforced stone. I haven't finished it, but 3 levels of reinforced stone, which I was still finishing here. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and I did quite a few levels of reinforced glass above my observation area, top from the control room was. 1 single area of reinforced glass around here going up, and then as I hit near the control room area, I had quite a few layers of reinforced glass. Now coming out of the reactors, they were working nicely, and I had 2 MFSUs leaked up, which may not be correct, and that was going up to a battery box, and then it was going up to the energy converters, the power converters. So I can't figure out why this keeps on blowing up. I get a reactor running, it's running quite cool, it wasn't overheating, but for some reason it all went pear-shaped. I had 2 MFSUs, as I said, coming out of the reactor, and maybe that's wrong. They were stacked on top of each other, so, and then going up to a battery box. So please, I need some help. Why are my reactors blowing up all the time? What am I doing wrong? Somebody please help me. Thanks guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and get back to me. Thank you.